Hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Way of the Brush. With me, your host, Kris, aka Mini Wargamer Kris, aka The Name Butcher, aka Hey You, Get Off My Lawn. Way of the Brush, the most informative 120 minutes on the internet on the wargaming lifestyle. We'll talk about painting, terrain, conversions, and everything under the sun. We usually delve into a lot of painting talk, as well as a lot of what's under the sun, meaning no topics are barred. We'll talk about anything. Life, movies, whatever. Usually. It's usually a lot of silliness is what it is. So, if you're a first-time viewer and you are attending this live, you can ask your questions in the comments, chat section. I don't know, wherever you have the chat section. You can ask your questions there. And of course, you can always ask your questions after the fact and send me an email at Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below. And of course, as well as a link to waythebrush.com. That's the central hub of all this silliness. It has the links to our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, Discord. Discord's been a lot of fun. Although not this morning. This morning we've been talking pretty heavy already, and so anyway. So Discord's been a lot of fun. It's been really great. I leave it up all the time, and I chat along every once in a while whenever I have something to input. If I don't have anything to input or they're talking craziness, then I just stay out of the conversation and let the monkeys run amok. That was why it was created. That's why there's a Discord channel, because just let the monkeys need to run amok all the time. Let them run amok. That's what I say. It's for them, right? It's for you guys. It's entertainment, right? So, it's got the links for Discord. It's got waythebrush.com. Also has links to the show. There's a page that'll show both these videos on YouTube and Twitch, and so you can pick your flavor as far as what platform you want to stream this on, as well as links to t-shirts, just like I'm wearing right now. If you want to look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this universe, they're wearing a Way of the Brush t-shirt. And of course, if you get me a picture of the Way of the Brush t-shirt on a Space Marine, kind of like Raziel did, but differently. But I'm talking about a physical, the big statues, like any of those big statues you see at Games Workshop. If you can get a Space Marine shirt on one of them, there's a prize. And Raziel's getting a pretty darn good prize once he sends me the model. I've been talking back and forth with him, so he's going to send me that model. Once I have it, I'm going to do a showcase video on it, because, I want to show it off, and, you know what I mean? It'll be fun. I'll make a fun little video for it. And then, of course, I'm going to send him his prize. What's his prize? You have to wait to find out once I put out the video, because I think it's pretty fair. I think it's pretty good, considering the amount of time, effort, and, and he interpreted the rules differently, but that's fine. It's not quite what I was expecting or wanting really initially, but it's awesome. It's awesome. I showed pictures of it last week. I think it was last week. Was that? It was last week. It was a Space Marine, right? With a shirt, Way of the Brush shirt. So, yeah. Anyway, back to the beginning spiel. So, links for the t-shirt, and of course, everybody who's purchased a shirt, send me pictures of yourselves for the Monkey Shrine, because, as I said, this is all about you guys. I wouldn't do this show without you guys, and without answering your questions. That's really what this show is all about. It was all about answering your painting question needs, and just it's for you guys. So I mean, that's the only reason I do it. If you guys didn't send me emails, I wouldn't do the show. Plain and simple. Just what I mean. Like, I can sit here and ramble on talking to you guys and stuff like that, but I like this to be a little bit educational. So, yeah. Way the Brush. Oh, and of course, links to the Patreon page. Thank you to all my patrons for your support. And, you know, again, I would not be able to do a lot of the upgrades and stuff like that. I mean, I could, but would it really be worth it? And so, you know, the extra support I get from Patreon has really made a lot of these really great things. Like waythebrush.com, that was entirely you guys and your support. You know, I recently purchased a new upgrade, as you can kind of see here. So, let's get that a little bit more out of frame. There we go. You know, upgrades, man. It's just all about upgrades. And, you know, it's not like, you know, I'm sitting here, you know, getting... I don't even collect that much money from the patrons, really. I mean, I do produce quite a few videos, but I only ever charge the patrons for Way of the Brush. And that's it, right? I only ever make 4 or 5 Way of the Brushes a month, but I do double that in videos, just as my continued thank you to the fans and to the support of the patrons and everybody else who you know, likes, comments, shares these videos, everything. It's all good. It's all great. Everybody who purchased shirts, awesome. Thank you. And of course, this big special thank you to Carl, aka Guymere Golfer, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. That's his YouTube channel. Check him out. I was just catching one of his games there yesterday, and I do love his setup. It's a really efficient kind of setup he's got going on now. I do wish he would, you know, maybe invest in a new mic for them. You know, maybe something kind of like this to set up. It's really easy to set these up. Anywho, yeah, just so I could hear the banter a little bit better, because I was listening with headphones the other day, and you know, I just wish I could hear them a little bit more. You know, hearing them talk crap back to each other is just, it's really why I tune in, just for these English expressions, because he's in the UK, and it's just, these English expressions crack me up. And so, yeah, so check his channel out. And of course, reason I thank him is that he took the time to create the jingles for the email segments, and so, you know, always big shout out to him. And I might as well do it at the beginning of the show, because I often forget to do it when I do the email segment, so I'm just going to start doing it right at the beginnings, just so that everybody knows. So go ahead, check him out. Oh, another thing today too, also, is I do believe Steve, Mini Wargamer Steve, he is going to be, I guess, doing a live show after I'm done today. So, and he's got some stuff to get off his chest. So he's going to be doing a live show. So I would recommend check him out. And of course, he's kind enough to wait until I'm done today. So after 2 o'clock, because I usually do this show about 2 hours. So after I'm done today, go over to his channel, Mountain Miniatures Gaming. That's Mini Wargamer Steve's channel. I'm sure you guys all know it. It's a very, very popular channel. And yeah, check him out, because he's got some stuff to get off his chest, and it's a little controversial, a little bit. It's a little bit, and I'll just leave it at that, because I'm pretty sure he'll probably pop into the chat at some point, say hello, and you know, invite you guys over. And so, and I highly recommend go check him out, because yeah, there's some really interesting points he's bringing up. So definitely check him out. At least I'm pretty sure he's still doing it. I don't know. I haven't gotten any notifications from him saying he is or isn't doing it, so I'm just going to assume he is doing it. But you know what happens when you assume? You make an ass of you and me. No. How's that go? I can't remember. So, monkeys, what are we doing? I got to bring up my chat window here. Monkeys, holy moly. Got all sorts of comments here. We got Ghost of Starman Deluxe, Big Hype. Oh no, it's not reading all my comments here. Hold on. we were off to a good flow there, weren't we? Screwed it all up. Ben Ellis, Monkey Time, Ghost Starman Deluxe. Oh, big. Okay, I guess I was on the right track. Eldari Lamborghini, Hero. Old Man Logan, there he is. Hey Kris, hey monkeys. Ram V, hey monkeys, and hey Kris. Oh, said the opposite thing. Ghost of Starman Deluxe, liking the new dark theme on YouTube. Oh yeah, I haven't switched to dark theme. I know it's got it on Twitch, and I always have it on Twitch, but I haven't seen it for YouTube. Interesting. Dark Commission, hey Kris and hi monkeys. Eric Fountain, morning all. Ripley D. That point was for me, wasn't it? about getting heavy, laying some heavy weight down, trying to bring my vibe down is what's going on here. Nice try. Not going to work. I'm too damn positive. No, I'm not. Man, it can get dark. Don't worry, Kris can get dark. And I don't mean just in summertime and sunlight. I mean dark. Anyway, Ben Ellis, just say no to crocodile kids. It's kind of an inside joke. If you follow us on Discord, then you know exactly what we're talking about. I guess really, yeah, if you follow us on Discord and you're wondering what the heck we're talking about as far as an inside joke, yeah, that's where you're gonna learn it, right? Sir Peanut Butter, morning peeps. Aaron Seach, there he is. Hello, Kris and Monkeys. Morning, Aaron. George Hintz, there's George. Hey, Charlie McCoy. Kris, how are you doing, mate? I'm doing pretty good, Charlie. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. Aaron Seach, I'm going to paint one of my survivors from Last Days with a Way the Brush t-shirt. Awesome. That's awesome. You're definitely going to have to take some pictures of that one, man. I should probably should put some of these in the Monkey Shrine too, right? Some of these paint jobs. I mean, I kind of wanted to have the shrine just for the monkeys, but no, I don't know. I will think about it. Aaron Seach, I have the logo and I'm going to scale it down and make a transfer. That's yeah, because if you can't freehand, because last week when we were looking at Raziel's version, he freehanded it. Impressively freehanded it. But if you're not comfortable with freehanding, and I don't know, Aaron, if you are comfortable with your freehanding, but yeah, making a decal, that's an awesome idea. Kind of gives me the idea. Why not make Way the Brush decals for your Space Marines and stuff like that, right? I don't know. I don't know who really wants a Way the Brush decal, but anyway, maybe stickers. I don't know. Talking about my arse now. Steve McDemon. Love that name, Steve McDemon. Steve McDemon. Good evening, all. Ben Ellis. Kris, do you think you could place Way the Brush Marines around mini wargaming game studios in the background as kind of an Easter egg type thing without the rest of them noticing? I think well, yeah, some of the boys aren't that observant, are they? I probably could. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just kind of drop it in, like, okay, well, you guys got to hand me some space. You got to hand me some Way of the Brush Space Marines now. Because, I mean, like, or even just dropping the one Space Marine in. Because, well, he's done it up as White Scars. So I need, next time I know somebody's playing White Scars, yeah, I'll definitely try and drop them in. And have them in the background of a unit or something, right? But, yeah. I also have another one. I don't think he has Way of the Brush, though. But, oh, crap, I can't remember who brought that for me. But he's done in the mini Wargamer chapters, the green and yellow. But he's got, like, you know, the big mustache and everything like that. Anyway, it's kind of fun. Ben Ellis, that's a really good idea, though. That's fun. That's a fun little idea. Enforcer 357, good afternoon, monkey. Ripley D, hey, Enforcer. Twitch Granos, hey, everybody. Ebb and Flow, sup? There's the Ebb and Flow. Eldari Lamborghini, building my Death Watch. Very, very cool. Got Mad Hoser over on Twitch. Poggers. Poggers? What time was that at? Poggers. Why, who's playing Pogs? Who's playing Pogs? I thought Pogs died out like a long time ago. Anyway. Ramv, I'm painting some Zangors for my son's kill team. Cool. Lots of typos. Yes, I noticed. Derek Luderus, where's the Discord link? The Discord link should be in the description. Otherwise, you'll have to head over to waythebrush.com. Oh, no, yeah, it's right there. It's in the description. The Discord, GG. It's ADKSKUB. Yeah. It's right under the link. But, I mean, if you just go to waythebrush.com, it's all right there. It's all right on the first page. And it's all... Give it a second to load, because I've got it loaded up with a bunch... It loads like a MySpace page, really. Sofa Bear. So, Aaron Seach, I totally suck at freehanding. Oh, okay. Ramv, I'd like Way of the Brush decals. Yeah, Way of the Brush decals. It's kind of fun. I considered doing some stickers and fun stuff like that, because I was thinking of like getting some done for stuff for Adepticon, like for the grab bag. I was thinking about donating to the grab bag, just something small, you know, stickers or maybe like a sew-on patch or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyway. Aaron Seach, Way of the Brush, Space Marine chapter. Yeah, but there's a excuse me, choking on my own words here. There's a lot of black color schemes with red and white. White with black and no, because it's, I mean, like, often I'm wearing a black shirt with the symbol kind of with the red and white, right? So, you know, like Blood Angels is red field with black emblem or white emblem, right? So, I don't know. If you want to do it, by all means. But it might be just another black color scheme. I don't know. Give it a shot. Lots of mixed messages there, right? Enforcer, I thought Way of the Brush was going to be a Jokoro army. Now, see, that's funny. It's too bad they weren't just a bit bigger than Jokoro? Anyway. Too bad they weren't a bit bigger so you could kind of like sculpt like a shirt onto them, right? And then put that symbol there. It's too bad there's not miniature tamarin monkeys that are sculpted. Ooh. Another idea. Derek Looters. Oh, there it is. Knitfink. Hello, everyone. Hello, Knitfink. So, yeah. Okay. I think I'm caught up with everybody. Caught up with everybody. Awesome. Good. Everything's running fine. Yeah. Excellent. So, we got some emails to go through today. I actually don't have too many. And I didn't really push for a whole lot of emails because I was just kind of busy and I didn't even think about it. But, oh yeah, we got plenty to go through though, actually. But we'll even get to Eldari's email probably today. Maybe. I don't know. Hard to say. Sure. So everything's running good. Yeah, so as I alluded to earlier with the Discord, we were talking before the show today. And yeah, Ripley, bumming me out, kid. just you know, just heavy conversations. But that's what happens. It swings both ways. It's really kind of manic on Discord. We'll talk about this, we'll talk about that, you know. Sometimes it's really light and goofy, and sometimes we get kind of heavy. Serious, right? But that's all right. We're sharing. We're expanding our knowledge, and you know, we're sharing. And I don't think sharing is a bad thing. I think, you know, it's a good thing. And yeah, it's coffee time. It's okay. It's already my third cup. That's why I'm extra kind of wired right now. Because I'm feeling good. The coffee's running through my system. I can feel it. I feel good, despite, you know, Ripley trying to bum me out. Charlie McCoy, hey guys, what gold paint would you recommend? I found that Vallejo model color is a bit too creamy to use. Well, you can always thin it down with the Vallejo mediums, right? I definitely would recommend mediums when thinning out metallics. Just because I find with water, if you just kind of, like, you shouldn't be over thinning your colors anyway, but if you do end up kind of going a little too far, the medium and the pigments kind of separate, not like regular paints where, you know, it kind of just gets really kind of like a watercolor, right? It just gets really watery. Whereas metallics, it just, the flakes kind of flake off, and then the medium and color suspension separate, and so, you know, it's a whole bunch of nonsense, right? So, I definitely would recommend using mediums when thinning your metallics. I like Vallejo metallics. The Vallejo Model Air metallics should flow a little bit thinner. Of course, I really love Scale 75s. As Old Man Logan just mentioned there, Scale 75, they've got fantastic metallics. I love how well they cover. I did, I was in one of the, no, was it a Quick Tip? I think it was a Quick Tip when I did the Incarn for the Yanari. And under like a light gray primer, I believe. Did I have it under a light gray primer? I believe I did. And I laid a color called Necro Gold. Necro Gold? Yeah, Necro Gold. And I laid it down, and it almost just needed the one coat, and I was like, dang, this covers so dang well. Like, it's really, really good. Some of the deep metallics they have, they're just really, really good. they cover so nicely, and they are creamy. You can thin them down with just a hair of water, and they flow so nicely, or a little bit of medium, whichever. But I find that the colors cover really, really well, and yeah, I like Scale 75. Another good one is MIG Ammo. MIG Ammo is another good one. They're metallics, and the nice thing is that their metallics run really thin because they're designed for brush and airbrush. And I find that they come with the agitator already in them. They're giving you the model with the agitator already in it, and so you just give it a quick shake of the metallics. And the metallics, I often judge paint lines by their metallics. That's the first thing I often look at is the metallics. Like, what's the metallic cover like? And it kind of, gives me a ballpark on how the rest of the color line work. And like for me, really the bottom of the scale for good metallics is Citadel. I like recently I was painting my guys with them, and I was like, oh man, I should have brought my Scale 75s home, because I was using the GW colors, and it was just like warm butter. It was just kind of like big chunky, kind of like, it was like oatmeal. You know what I mean? Like it was, and I'm laying on my palette, and it's blobby, and I'm trying to thin it out, and it just, it's not fun when you're kind of wrestling with paints every once in a while. But Scale 75 and the Vallejo, they flow about the same. I find the MIG Ammo flows a little bit thinner. But those are the ones I really like, and I've had a fair amount of play with them, so I definitely would recommend them. I know there's other metallic companies out there and stuff like that. Another one, Vallejo, that you might want to look at, but they are lacquer based. Is like Tamiya's, and Vallejo also does their other. It comes in bigger bottles, and it's like I think it's called liquid gold, and they also have a metal as well. And that liquid gold is really, really nice when you lay it down, but you have to cut it with like a bit of alcohol, or they're thinner for that particular paint line. But otherwise, yeah. Definitely. Ripley D does the emoji, zip it up. Bad hoser, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, and that's right. And it's very true. Sharing is caring. We're all connected somehow, and we all are, like, right now we're all. We all share this passion for painting and miniatures, wargaming, having fun, and you know what I mean? And so, yeah, why if we share, we're only enhancing that connection, really, right? And what's life without making connections? Old Man Logan, Dwarven Gold is pretty close to GW Retributor Gold in color, but they have several golds, great consistency. Sure. I just find sometimes, they're just a little too thick for my liking. Because I always find I'm thinning them down, and I don't know, but that's personal preference. It's personal preference. It's not to say Citadel metallics are garbage. It's just, I prefer a certain workflow. I still paint with them. It's not like I detest them. It's not like as soon as I crack the bottle, it's like, oh my god, it's garbage. Oh, that's just personal preference. Enforcer 357. So Kris, how did your little nurgling come out? Never got to see the final product of the last one in the helmet. Oh, I posted pictures on Instagram. So go to waythebrush.com, click on my Instagram, you'll see pictures. You'll see the two of them together. I haven't made a logo for them yet. I have an idea on what I want to do. It's going to take a little bit of prep though, so But again, it gives me time to kind of just, keep mulling my ideas, because I've already got, like, how it's all going to go. I know what my overall arc is, and I know where I'm beginning with the story. I just got to start writing stuff down now. And then also the next part is I kind of want to do a bit of storyboarding with it as well, so that I I'm maximizing my time and effort getting the shots and stuff like that. And then of course, the dialogue is another part that I may struggle, because you got to get into the right headspace as far as what these little guys are saying, and You know, yeah. And also too, I was kind of thinking like, what kind of tone do I want to go with these little vids? You know what I mean? Like, cause it's about chaos, but you know, do I want it to start off kind of dark, or do I really want to start really light and comedic? And you know what I mean? Or a dark comedy, or you know what I mean? So I would lean more towards a dark kind of comedy, but then that would require, I think, a little bit more. Pushing a little further away from G rating and going a little bit closer to the R kind of rating, right? You don't see a lot of G rated dark comedies, right? So, at least I've not seen a lot. There might be a bunch out there, I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, Enforcer, yeah, go to my Instagram. You'll see the picture of the finished guy. Vasily, hello, Sid Vicious and his monkey seedlings. Ebb and flow seeded nasties. No, let's not start with this whole seeding thing. Sir Peanut Butter reminder: pineapple. Wow, can read. Pineapple on pizza is heresy and blamable offense. A blamable offense. I do put peanut butter on my pizza and pineapple, not together. But I do. Yeah, why not? I mean, there's all sorts of. I mean, a pizza is essentially just the dough, right, and the shape. I often don't like square pizzas. Pizzas should always be round. And you know, it's dough and tomato sauce, and then it's whatever toppings. It's whatever toppings. If I want to throw anchovies onto a pizza, I'm throwing anchovies onto a pizza. If I want to throw moose meat onto a pizza, I'm throwing moose meat onto a pizza. That's a pizza. If I want to throw friggin' pineapples on it, I'm throwing friggin' pineapples on it. You know what I mean? Why limit ourselves to certain things? That's too rigid. Nothing in this world is that rigid. It's just, you know what I mean? It's wide open. Like, why deny yourself these things? You know? Doesn't make sense to me. You know? The Creator put these things on the planet for a reason. For us to consume. Vasily, nasty monkeys. Ripley. Oh, so Citadel Metallics are just shit, and I'm not a total amateur. No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. It's personal preference to my workflow, how I prefer to work when I'm drawing a color and I'm thinning it and such. Now, with Citadel colors, yes, I do find that the metallics just don't cover the same. The metallic flakes just seem kind of bigger. You know what I mean? And like Scale 75 and Vallejo and Ammo, the metallic flakes just seem a little finer. You know, and you get a much better machine with it. But that's a small nitpicky kind of observation. I'm not saying Citadel. Don't buy Citadel. Buy Citadel. Although you do typically pay a premium price on their product, but it's up to you. Again, it's all about your workflow and you know how you want to go about doing your thing. Steve McDemon, Mr. Color has great metallics. Yes, they're lacquer based, but not too hard to be used over metallics. No, not at all. Not at all. I have the Mr. Color as well. I've got the pearlescence, the ones that can sit on top, where you can show the undercolor, but has it's almost like doing color shift without doing color shift paints, kind of thing. That makes sense. Aaron CJ, Kris, how are you liking the Stynal Res Primer? How does it behave in the airbrush? Oh, geez. Now, not to sound like a fanboy, but I'm glad I've made the switch. I think I'm going to stick with my switch. I've been using a lot of, because I've been playing with a lot of those colored metallics from Turbo Dork, and the gloss black primer from Stynal Res, freaking awesome. It goes on really, really smooth. It's only a couple passes, and all of a sudden you have this nice glossy black look. It feels very, very thin on the surface, which is what I want and what I like in a primer. It's just really fantastic. It's a gloss black primer that from Stylo-Res, and it's a great base for doing these metallic effects. And I highly recommend it if you're into your metallic effects. If the model is predominantly metallic, definitely go with a gloss black. Otherwise, laying base colors down on a gloss black, you kind of run into the same issues where if you're painting on top of bare primer kind of thing, or a bare plastic kind of thing, right? You just got all these viscosity issues. But anyway, yeah, laying down that metallic on top of that, bang, it just makes it immediately smooth, and it makes the luster just it refracts all the light in the room kind of thing. It's really fantastic stuff. I highly recommend it. I was playing with my white Stylo-Res, and again, I always under prime though. Not under prime, but like I try not to over prime, so I usually don't lay too heavy a primer down on a model. I often will see some of the primer show through, even on the flat surface. And I'm happy with it. Clogging wasn't a problem. Dry tip really wasn't a problem. Paint, regardless what you're doing, paint regardless is going to build on the tip of the airbrush. And you know, if you leave paint lingering in your airbrush, you're going to get clogs because the edge is dry, and then that ends up falling into the cup, and that's what ends up causing little clogs. You know, so with Vallejo, I would spray, and I like whenever I'm priming, and if I only got like say a couple models in front of me, I only ever fill the cup about maybe less than a third of the way up the cup, and I'm talking about a cup size about the same as a Patriot 105. So if you're familiar with those, then you're familiar with what I'm talking about. And if I'm doing say about anywhere from 1 to 5 models, I often only fill the cup 1/3 of the way, and then I spray. And that usually is enough to kind of get me through. If not, I add another third really, really fast, work my way through. I often don't thin my primers. Although with the black from Vallejo, I did kind of have to thin it to get it to flow right. And I just found it was kind of chunky, and I wasn't sure, like, what the heck. And so, yeah. And so it was kind of disappointing in that. But the Stylo-Res, it flows on really, really thin, really, really smooth. I've really been enjoying it. I'm glad I made the switch, and yeah, I'm, you know, again, trying not to sound like a fanboy of it, but yeah, you know, I'm glad I made the switch. And I picked up the little, what was that, like 4 ounces, little 4-ounce bottles, and I definitely would recommend the gloss black if you're into your metallics, and like it's so nice, and it dried really, really fast. I find with my Vallejos, especially like I was using my light gray, and I found that if I primed, I'm pretty consistent in my priming. I found that the model itself, it almost felt cool. You know how like something's damp and it'll feel cool? It felt like that, and I have to let it sit for like an hour before I painted it. But with the Stylo-Res, I sprayed it, and it was like dry within a few moments, like it was like minutes. It was just minutes, and it was dry. And I'm talking about like the gloss. That was dry. It wasn't tacky. It was smooth, like dry to the touch. And I really, really enjoyed it. And so I mean, that's the one I really have a lot of experience right now with. I've been really, really really enjoying it. And so I would recommend it for anybody out there who's nuts about metallics. Like nuts. You got to be like flat out bonkers, bat crap crazy. Nuttier than squirrel turds. Oh man, where are we? Oh, G Squared's joining us now. Aaron Seach, peanut butter on pizza. WTF is the matter with you people? I'm just making a point here. Ghost Starman Deluxe, I'm in agreement with Kris on the pineapple debate. Ben Ellis, less than half an hour into the and Slanesh has taken control of the conversation. Yeah, it's usually how we go. Ripley, so you're saying I'm a total amateur, Kris? I don't know. No, I'm not. I'm not saying a total amateur. I didn't say that. I didn't say, Ripley, you're a total amateur. Pfft. What's that all about? Like, no, I didn't say that. I have no idea. Like, you haven't shared enough of your models. Share more models. Share more pictures of your models or your work in progresses. Share. Feel free to share. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's gonna say, "Oh, Ripley, that's crap, absolute crap. Give it up, sell everything, you know, whatever." You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna. Come on, I think you know people in Discord by now. Everybody's pretty positive and about, you know, encouraging others. Matthew Adami, there he is. Kris, there are 2 sacred food laws. No ketchup on hot dogs. Yeah, I put ketchup on my hot dogs. And no pineapple on pizza. I put pineapple on my pizza. I love a good Hawaiian pizza. Ham? Are you kidding me? How can you not have ham and pineapple? You go to Thanksgiving or any kind of family gathering and you have ham and you have pineapples. You just throw marinara sauce on it, and it's going to taste exactly like a damn pizza. Oh, you throw some cheese on there. Ooh, mozzarella cheese. Lots of extra mozzarella cheese on that. My God, I'm getting excited. I want a ham now with pineapples, covered in cheese, with marinara sauce. Forget the dough. Who needs the dough? It's just, you know, empty calories anyway. It's the ham I want. It's the ham. With the pineapple? You got to be kidding me. If you've never had ham like that, what planet do you live on? What planet do you live on? What, like, you guys are freaking me out, man. Ghost Starman. Oh, no, he's talking to the head, Matthew. Griff? I'm starting to lose my drive to paint my models. This there a way to get around that. So you're feeling painter burnout. I've been there. I'm kind of there, actually. New challenges, I find reinvigorate me. I like a good challenge. I like a good puzzle for my brain to gnaw on. If you like, you got a whole bunch of models in front of you, okay? First of all, big mistake, having a whole bunch of models in front of you. If you got, say, a whole chapter Space Marines, say you got 100 Space Marines to do, don't have all 100 in front of you. Put them away. Put them back in the boxes. Put them on a shelf. Put it out of sight, okay? Just have 5 to 10 in front of you. And that way it'll feel more manageable. And then if you got to chunk your way through an army, okay, don't have those things in front of you, okay? Grab a project and just have that in front of you, okay? And then work on it. If you're bored with your painting, maybe it's time to try new techniques, a new way of doing things, a new way of mixing, a new way of using color. You know what I mean? Try something new. You might not be good at it, but that's okay because, again, it's a challenge. And it'll encourage you to push further in your painting. And maybe maybe you have mastered all the techniques. You know? Then maybe it's time to start maybe another army. Maybe a different kind of model. Maybe if you're used to doing just a whole bunch of wargaming models, maybe go grab one of the bigger 54mm models or a bust or, you know what I mean? Whatever it is. You know? Yeah. Those are usually the things that help me. Usually. I mean, also, too, if you got things going on in your life, you got to go take care of those. So if you got things piling up in your real life, you got to take care of those before you can go sit down and do your hobbying. Because the hobbying should be something fun, something you enjoy. You look forward to it every time you get to sit down and, you know, play with your models, your toys. If you got other things looming, real life, school, what have you, you got to deal with that. Then you can move on to the personal hobby time, and that's why that's why that's there. It's for you to, you know, to unwind from those things, right? But deal with them. Don't avoid them. Deal with them. Then sit down and do it. So hopefully that kind of helps and kind of maybe get you thinking, you know, what exactly is it that I'm not happy with when I'm sitting down at my hobby table? What is it? What's wrong? Is it because I have too many models in front of me? Is it because I got real life going on? What is it, you know? Is it because I'm not happy in the style I'm painting? Right? So I'll leave you to it. So because I can't say exactly, you know, Griff, you know, what it is that's you're unhappy with this what's that expression? Ennui? What that is. If it even is described as it. I don't know. I'm assuming. Oftentimes when people ask me that question, yeah. That's often what it is. That's how I deal with it. You're not me. You have your own way of doing things, so that should just get your brain kind of gnawing on maybe what it is. Enforcer. I put mustard on my hot dogs. Sometimes I do relish, not all the times, but sometimes. I mean, chili dogs, cheese, onions. Man, it depends on what mood I'm in. Man, I love a good chili dog. Man, stop talking about this stuff. You guys are making me hungry. Emperor's Champion. Citadel metallics are okay, but when dry brushed, appear very matte, in my opinion. In all honesty, the only big flaw with Citadel, and my reason for not using them, is the packaging. Paint pot. Paint pots are kind of a pain in the arse. I'm not sure why Citadel hasn't moved to a dropper style bottle for a lot of their things, right? There's a lot of benefits to going to dropper style. For example, for shade washes. The shade washes definitely should not be in paint pots. They should be in dropper bottles. How many times have you knocked your paint pot over? Right? They should be in dropper. All paint should be in dropper bottles. If GW is going to go with thick kind of paint, the kind of greasy kind of paint, they should be doing, tubes, right? Dog hair and everything all over this. They should be doing tubes if they're going to go with a really thick kind of body paint. Hell, they might even do this because, I mean, like, it'll make you feel a bit more artiste, right? Tubes. You never know. If Citadel goes with tubes, you saw it here first. Or you heard about it here first. But you never know. What you want in a hot dog is meat flavor? Yeah, I want that too. I mean, lately I've been cooking, when I barbecue, and I was just barbecuing yesterday. I switched to coal. I made the switch to coal. Some of you might know this. The flavor in hot dogs on a coal barbecue. Oh man! You've ever gone to a sporting event or the really good hot dog vendors on the streets and stuff like that? And you're like, man, I just love that flavor. What is that flavor? It's got to be, the taste of his unwashed hands or something, because I just love it, right? But no, it's because of that indirect heat. That indirect heat with the coal, and it infuses that flavor. And last night, I threw in a bit of hickory chips into the coals, and I was cooking sausages, and let that permeate through the barbecue. Man, happy times. I only had 2 sausages. I usually only ever have 2 sausages, but I'm talking like these things are, they're big. I'm not gonna pantomime eating a sausage because it looks like something else. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, coal. I made the switch to coal, man. I'm so happy I made the switch to coal. Now, it's kind of a pain in the arse getting it prepped up, and I mean it's like starting the process. It takes a good 15 minutes before you're starting to cook. From starting the process of getting your coals and everything ready to actually throwing food on, you're talking like 15 minutes. Whereas like a gas, right? Turn it on, let it fire it up, give it like a few minutes to warm up, and then you're throwing your meat on, right? It's a lot faster process. But with the coal, and you go indirect heat, like with the chicken and stuff like that, I do chicken. And my barbecue's got a lot of cooking space, so I only ever really cook on one side. For a quick sear, I throw it on over the coals. For indirect, I throw off onto the one side of it and just let the heat build inside there. Man. Yeah, you guys should come over for a barbecue sometime. Come for a barbecue over at Kris's house. I'll cook you a steak, pork chops, chicken, hot dogs, sausages. Have we done ribs yet? No, we haven't done ribs yet. Or did we? The old lady's not here. I can't ask her. She'd know. I can't remember what happened last week, but she remembers. Anywho, man, we're still talking about pineapple stuff. I'm moving through a few questions here. Jordan Volpe. Sounds kind of lame, but my biggest motivator for painting is someone saying my models look nice. Well, sure, it makes you feel good. But somebody who's critical of your paint job, that should also drive you as well. It shouldn't hurt your feelings. It should drive you to aspire to be a little bit better at it. You know what I mean? Like when I finish a paint job, I often don't show others. Maybe if it was something big project I was working on, and I might have. I'm not. I'll admit it. I'm not. I'm not afraid to admit it. I know my limitations, and every man should know his limitations, if he has any. Matthew Demi, I best go for tube and meat late at night. I hope we're not talking about something else there. Aaron Zeech, I convert all my Citadel air colors to dropper bottles. Yeah, why not, right? Mad Hoser, carcinogens? Carcinogens. Yeah, why not? Coal's way better. Coal's way better. Gas, you can taste that. You can taste it. When you taste the difference between coal and gas, yeah. Is it carcinogen? I don't care. Carcinogens in the air we breathe. But how's that any different? How is one to even suspect that when they test food for carcinogens, that it wasn't from the air? I mean, I'm in Welland. We're downwind of Toronto, so like all that Toronto air is flying right over my head right now. How do you know? Angel Fun. The coal's going to give you cancer, sir. Breathing the air gives you cancer. Drinking the water gives you cancer. Eating any foods these days gives you cancer. Everything gives you damn cancer. What doesn't give you cancer? That's the better question people should be asking. What doesn't give you cancer? Angel Fun. You shouldn't name yourself Angel Fun if you're making these kind of statements. And the hot dogs will give you ass cancer too. Yeah. Angel Fun. And here you are being a friggin' downer, man. What the hell? Angel Fun. Combusting wood, gas, or charcoal emits chemicals known as polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. Exposure to these, called PAHs, is known to cause skin, liver, stomach, and several other types of cancer. Okay. Again, I pose the question, what doesn't give you cancer? Old Man Logan, here is the pizza for all the monkeys. Try pepperoni, sausage, mushroom, and jalapeno. Try it. Thank me later. Jalapeno? Love jalapeno on my pizzas. And mushrooms? Love them. Sausage? Love it. Pepperoni? Love it. You throw in extra cheese on that, and we've got a winner. Matthew, you misspelled contain Eldari according to the rules of the internet. That invalidates your argument. Go Starman Deluxe. You got to do ribs on the barbecue. I think I got to do ribs. I can't remember if I've done ribs. I want to say I've done them, but I don't think I have. Anyway. Ramby, episode 221. Sausages and pineapple, Chris. Twitch Ukrainos. Logan, you're missing some bacon on that pizza, bud. Yeah, some bacon. 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 We're still talking about food here. Matthew Demi, Canadian bacon is okay, though. Yeah, Canadian bacon. Man, what do you mean? It's okay. It's okay. What do you mean? I can't even talk right now. In fact, I can't even talk because I'm salivating. Need some coffee here. Anywho. Eldari, but more importantly, where are these emails? We're almost an hour in, man. Are we an hour? Holy cramoles, we are. How'd that happen? We've been just bantering that back and forth this long. See what I mean? Like, I could do a show with no emails. We just sit here and just bounce dumb ideas back and forth, but structure, man, structure. We gotta have some structure here. Come on. Ghost Starman Deluxe, episode 221, Hawaiian Monkeys. Jeez, that's kind of grim there. Dark Commission. Take great care of your body and then get run over by a bus. Right. Exactly, man. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, why would you limit yourself to the flavors of this world? Why? We're only here for a short time. And yeah, we're most likely going to get killed by cancers. So why not enjoy ourselves? Why not live life instead of worrying about every frickin' detail? What's going to happen? What about this? What about this? You know? Live your life. Now, the other side of that argument is, well, that's kind of how we got to this point now in the world, where our environment is starting to turn against us. And, you know, that short-sightedness is kind of where we got to right now. And also greed as well. But, and I think really, you know, enjoy life. Live life as a fool. But be a blessing to yourself, to others, you know what I mean, to the environment. Right? Eventually nature will correct itself. It will. Whether or not humans are still around when it does, who knows? But, yeah. Cancers might even be the least of our friggin' concerns. Twitchy Kratos. The stress of worrying about cancer gives you cancer. Yeah. It does. John J, I'm late. Yeah, well, welcome, John. You're not missing too much, I think. Although you are, well, by the time I'm reading this, an hour in. Although you showed up 3 minutes ago. Okay, I'm not too far behind on this. Matthew, episode 221. Everything gives you cancer. Everything does give you cancer, I think. What doesn't? I'm posing the question right now to everybody. Please, enlighten me. Enlighten me. Sometimes I'm short-sighted on these things, and, you know, I'm quick to judge, you know what I mean? And I don't mean to, but I'm throwing it out there to you guys. What doesn't give you cancer? What doesn't? You know what I mean? So many fucking pollutants out there that, you know, what doesn't give you cancer? The air is toxic. The water is toxic. Those are the essentials for life. You tell me what doesn't give you cancer. And of course, all these cancer studies, who's flipping the bill on those cancer studies? And that'll give you a hint as to who's trying to cover up whose tracks. Anywho. Matthew Debbie. Kris, can we get away with the brush Hawaiian shirt? Yeah. You know what? Who I go through, which is Spreadshirt. Yeah. If they offered a Hawaiian shirt, I would have to throw it away the brush on it. I probably have to, right? We're still on the Ripley. Kris is now an eco-socialist. Well, I'm Native American. We are very steeped in the environment. So does that make us eco-socialists? I have no idea. That's another label. Labels often divide. So I'm a human being who cares about the environment. Not a label. John J. Brush licking gives you cancer. Yeah, I'm probably action-packed with cancers right now. Who knows? Because I drink, I smoke, I drink coffees, I drink my tap water. I probably get cancer from that. Everybody's so freaking worried about these freaking cancers. My father died young to cancer. And, you know, it's unfortunate. Wish he was still here. The world's a worse place without people, especially people who actually have something to offer to this world. And they're the ones who get friggin' cancer. So, you know, it's life. It's frickin' life, man. You guys are frickin' bumming me out now. Aaron Siege, Kris, marijuana doesn't give you cancer, and don't say you can get it from smoking it because you don't have to smoke it to consume it. Hashtag special brownies. Right, but I mean, marijuana as a plant, just like any other plant we consume in any fashion, it is breathing the air, it is drawing nutrients from the soil, it is watered with the same water, same rainfall, it breathes in the same air. Don't give me that it can't give you cancer, because it can sit inside there. Is there anything in it that just destroys cancers? Is it immune to cancers? Is it? Don't know. I don't think studies have been done. I don't think any credible studies have been done, have they? I mean, credible. Not just some guy in a university who did one exam. I mean, I want to see peer-reviewed journals. Raziel overslept. Seven faces. Oversleeping doesn't give you cancer. No, but it makes you really freaking stiff. You know, like when I oversleep, man. Oh man, my joints hurt, my neck hurts, everything freaking hurts. Oh man. David Battaglia, there he is. Dodo bird eggs give you cure cancer. Unfortunately, yeah, we'll never know. We'll never know if dodo birds' eggs cured cancer. We'll never know. Why? Because people in the short-sightedness killed them off. Yeah, let's bring things around, Griff. Thank you. Do you read any Warhammer Horse Heresy books? Any you recommend? I would recommend Horse Heresy. I'm just start. I mean, like these things, the story, like these books. Like I'm way behind on Horse Heresy. I'm way behind. So I'm with you, Griff. If you've not read Horse Heresy, and you do a lot of reading, you'll probably catch up and pass me, because I actually don't read that fast. But not that I'm slow. It's just like I only read like when I've got time, and sometimes I usually don't read like in bed or anything like that. It's usually like during the day between things, right? So it's like 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there kind of thing. So anyway, Horse Heresy. I'm on the 4th book. The first 3 books were fantastic. The very first book was great. It's Dan Abnett. I love Dan Abnett's writing. What's his other name? Graham McNeil. He's another good one. And then the 3rd one was by Ben Counter, which he's pretty darn good too. But they all have different styles, but I think they all shared the same notes as far as like how they were telling the story. It was just whoever was writing what. So they all have kind of a similar vibe to them, but all really good. Just I'm a big fan of Dan Abnett. Horse Heresy, I'm on the 4th book. So far, very, very interesting. It's about the Death Guard. It's about the flight of the Eisenstein? I think that's how it's pronounced, right? And it's about Nathaniel Garrow, who basically in the 3rd book, it's alluded to that there was a conflict, and he's... Well, I don't want to ruin the story, so... But it's good. Horse Heresy, I'm enjoying it so far. Definitely would recommend it. Any other books? Well, geez, what else have I read? Oh, Gaunt's Ghosts. Dan Abnett, Gaunt's Ghosts. Love Gaunt's Ghosts. I haven't finished the series yet. I fell way behind on my Gaunt's Ghosts. I think I left off at Trader General. I think was the last, is where I got to pick up. So I'm pretty sure it's Trader General that I gotta pick up and go from. But I might even just start right from the beginning again, just to refresh my memory and just to get back into the Gaunt's Ghosts. But I love Gaunt's Ghosts. Gaunt's Ghosts are great. Gaunt's Ghosts make the Imperial Guard awesome. You know? Like, yeah, sure, Imperial Guard die by their numbers, but, you know, they're fun. It's Dan Abnett's just really got a great way of building the characters and, you know, writing these people out, and it's just really good. Gaunt's Ghosts is really like the setting doesn't even have to be the 41st millennium. It could be World War II. Like that's, you know, it's that kind of vibe with the stories. Some other ones. Another good one is the 3 books by Ian Watson. It used to be just one book called Inquisitor, or was it Inquisitor? Yeah, it was Inquisitor. But then it got divided up into 3 books: Inquisitor, Chaos Child, and Harlequin. And that's a fantastic story. It was written, I'm pretty sure it was written in the 80s. And if they ever made a 40K movie, that book, or the 3 books now, would be the best movie, I think, to tell. So if you're a fan of movies and you want to see a 40K movie, read that book, or books by Ian Watson. He's the guy who wrote AI, the Steven Spielberg movie AI. He's the same guy who wrote that. And yeah, it's a really great, good story, and it just touches on everything 40K. It just kind of, but it's an adventure. you know, and it's almost like Dungeons and Dragons kind of adventure. It's this little war band, and they're moving through time, and it's kind of the kind of story that I want to tell with Butt Sludge and Swamp Ass, a kind of story of these little characters. And right now I'm only thinking of 2, but maybe I'll add more characters, come to think of it, as they travel through this universe. And yeah, it's really fantastic stuff. It's really good. Man, those are the big ones I'd recommend, though. Gaunt's Ghosts first, or Horus Heresy, whichever. I would recommend Gaunt's Ghosts. I love Gaunt's Ghosts. Love it. Like Man Crush, love it. Right? Like yeah. Horus Heresy, I'm getting into and enjoying it. But I can't say Horus Heresy beats Gaunt's Ghost, even though I've read more Gaunt's Ghost than I have Horus Heresy. But Horus Heresy is second to Gaunt's Ghost because I just love Gaunt's Ghost and I love Dan Abnett's writing. And then, of course, the Ian Watson Inquisitor. It used to be called Inquisitor, but now it's Inquisitor. Pretty sure it's called Inquisitor, Chaos Child, and Harlequin. Those are the 3 books. Get through those 3 books. And yeah, if you imagine, like if you love reading and you imagine these things and you could see it all in your brain, definitely read that one, man, because it's awesome. Dark Commission. I have a couple of Ian Watson books from the 70s. Really? What else has he written? I'm not up on Ian Watson, so I'm not like, you know, scouring around looking for his previous works. I just enjoyed that book he wrote, and I saw AI. I never read AI, and I thought AI was good. A lot of people didn't really like AI. I don't know why. But again, it's like some of those kind of movies that just kind of get you thinking. Open your eyes to things. You know, it's really. I am thoroughly convinced people are getting stupider. I'm thoroughly convinced people are getting stupider. And yeah, like I watched Annihilation. Annihilation was a good one. That was a good movie. I enjoyed that one. What's some other ones? Man, there's just so many good movies out there, you know. Anyway, Dark Commission. The Embedding was his most famous, I think, at the time. The Embedding. Okay. Send me some links, Dark Commission. Send me some links to some Ian Watsons, because I'll read. Because I mean, like, you get Dick, you get Ray Bradbury. I used to love Ray Bradbury. Wells, you know, I love some good. I like sci-fi. I'm a big sci-fi nerd, so I like sci-fi. I wasn't big in Tolkien. Getting through Lord of the Rings, man, that was an exercise. That was an exercise, man. Griff, cheers. I just started the Eisenhorn trilogy. I'll look into the Gaunt's Ghost next. Yeah, Gaunt's Ghost, man. Gaunt's Ghost. If you want some good kind of... It's almost like Band and Brothers in space. That's what it's like. Kind of. Rezio, I liked AI. I can disprove that, Chris. What? You can disprove what? I'm sure you could disprove it. Disprove what, though? Fire Drake 18 AI is Dark Pinocchio. Yeah, it's Pinocchio. It's just Pinocchio. And the original Pinocchio is a very dark story. Vasily Shimko, I don't think that people become stupider. I just think that the internet, you just see more of them. Sure. Rezio, I have trouble with Tolkien too. Yeah. Tolkien, it's the yees and thaws and hair buys. And I just, for the love of God, just write a goddamn sentence, you know? Just, come on. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to say that these characters are talking to each other in this vibe, but I don't want to read. I mean, I guess like you're supposed to be reading it like you're reading Bilbo's words or whoever's telling the story. You know what I mean? Like, but oh my Lord, it just. Matthew, episode 221, food, books, and cancer. Oh my. You know what? Let's do it. You win, Matt. You win. You're the man today. Today is Matthew's day. You win. You win. Let's really quickly here. Bang. Throw this over here. Boom. Throw that there. Bang. Boom. Ba. Bis boom ba. And we hit this over here. Bang. Restream allows me to do this like in one go, but I did it one time and it didn't do it for me. Didn't do it for me. So there. So that's that. Yeah, we'll leave that. Bang. Okay. So good. Good job, Matt. We got the title for the show. Something, you know, crazy. Ghost Starman Deluxe. Opinions of H.P. Lovecraft versus H.G. Wells. I prefer H.G. Wells. Lovecraft, I've only read a little bit of Lovecraft. With Lovecraft, he's very caught up in getting you in the mood, which I can appreciate. But the overall, so it feels like sometimes now, like I said, I haven't read a lot of things of Lovecraft, so you know, this judgment is, let's call it a preliminary judgment of what I've read. And he really, like, he'll take a long time describing one little aspect of something. And I imagine in real life he was probably a very tedious person who, you know, I mean, like, you know, would just, like, describing a phone and just, you know, with the little button and the way the light glints off its surface. And you know what I mean? Like, okay, great. But how does that help me envision what that phone in that universe, what's happening to the phone? You know what I mean? Like, how does that help? So, yeah. Also, too, the heavy dose of racism in Lovecraft as well. You know, it could kind of like, easy there, buddy. You know? So, you know. But, I mean, I realize, you know, the times and the audience he was writing for. So, but anyway. Fire Drake, FYI, Amazon Prime members, they're showing the X-rated version of RoboCop. Yeah, I seen that on Balls there, that they're posting that. I'm pretty sure I've seen that one. I don't know if I own that one, but yeah. Because I remember way back in the day, I remember when Peter Weller, the character, gets his hand blown off. I remember you saw that very well. Like, and the whole thing was just gushing everywhere. I remember seeing that when I was young. Unless, of course, maybe I saw the X-rated version back in the day, but man, when 87, when that movie came out, like, I was 12? 87, 12, yeah, 13, yeah, 13 is when I got into Warhammer, yeah, 12. Yeah, I had cool parents, they'd let me watch that shit. Ben Ellis, best quote I know of, "It is a good thing for an uneducated man to read books of quotations by Winston Churchill, the cheeky sod." That's a quote. It is a good thing for an uneducated man to read books of quotations by which. Is that the quote? I don't know. Is that whole sentence the quote, or is just part of it the quote? I don't know. G squared. Chris, you really need a cough button. Oh, yeah, I coughed right into the mic. I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. Sorry, whoever's listening with a headphone. Yeah. I know, with the new mic, it's my voice is probably a lot louder and probably a little bit more clear, and especially if I come really close to the mic, then you can actually hear what I'm saying. And notice it's not in the shot today. Notice, because I got my stuff together today. Raziel, people are definitely not getting dumber. We are simply changing. Oh, quote moved or sentence moved. More people listen to and follow complex discussions and concepts like Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson than ever. Yeah, what's the number, though? How many people on Earth? And I mean, like, you know, when you look at schools, what they teach now versus what they taught then, right? What they teach now, you know, the old model for education, as antiquated as it was, didn't prepare kids for the jobs coming now. So really, the education system has failed society. Has failed society because it did not prepare kids for their futures. Because the jobs that kids are in now, wasn't even present when they were in school. So school has failed us. And as they decrease funding for schools, you're not going to get good education. So effectively, you're making people dumber. It's up to the individuals to get their education now. It's up to good parenting to make sure their children are educated about things, which it should be, which is the way it should be, but it's not. It's not the society. That's not society. I think on a greater whole, the society is becoming worse. I think so. People are becoming dumber. I mean, anytime you have facts, okay, pretty good hard facts that we accept as common knowledge, and you can still have people who believe the earth is flat? Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? No. Okay? No. They dispelled that hundreds of years ago. Somehow, it came back. Or it was always there, persisting within people's minds. Well, what if the earth is flat? No, get the hell out of here. If that kind of thinking can persist in our modern 21st century society, no. We're doomed. We're doomed. We're doomed. Doomed. So I say, grab a brush, paint your models, enjoy the day. G squared and my speakers are busted. Okay. Sorry. From me blasting into the mic. I'm sorry. George, no. You're getting dumber. I'm getting dumber? I might be. I'm willing to accept that. Yeah, that's a possibility. I'm getting dumber. Sure. Maybe as I get older, I become more inflexible. Maybe. Sure. I'm willing to accept that. Maybe it's all me. Possibly. I could be just sitting here talking to myself right now. Oh, man. All right, where the heck? You know what? We got to... Yeah, okay. David, you're getting pretty heavy now, Kris. Philosophically, I mean... I know. And you know what? I'm going to... There's no reason to, but I'm going to blame Ripley. For putting me in this mindset early on in the day. There's no reason to blame her, but I am. I'm blaming Ripley. Screw it. Blaming. Blaming is, you know, that's another one too, blaming. Anyway, forget it. Let's do an email. All right, so everybody who's got their headphones, here we go. Here comes the jingle. Email time. It's email time. Oh, man. Oh, crap, I'm on the wrong damn window. Hold on. Messing with my eye holes. There we go. Oh, crap. Wrong one. Dark Commission. Is this... Jeez. You think I would have had this prepared, right? This is from our good buddy Dark Commission. Hi, Mighty One. Here's my latest 5th bust. It's Joe Cassidy. Another scale 75 bust in the same line as my last project, Captain Ahab. On seeing the close-up pics, I decided I'm doing the Black Cross belts again, as they look a bit yuck. I'm quite happy with one. So your critique is not only welcome but needed. Cheers, John, aka Dark Mission. P.S. Permission to have a photographer flogged. Okay, so let's have a look at his bust. Okay, so you want to redo the black straps. Yeah, sure. Well, yeah, I guess your highlights is not like what you did before with your other guy, the Captain Ahab, who had the really nice texturing on the straps. Yeah. I'm wondering though, like, With the black straps, I'm wondering if we could, like, because I mean, like, immediately when I'm looking at the guy, immediately I'm going to his face, and I'm going to those eyes, but then immediately my eye kind of gets drawn to that gold clasp in the middle of his chest, because I feel like there's this big black X, you know. Whereas I feel like I want to kind of move my eye around more, but I always feel myself getting drawn back to that black X on his chest. I'm wondering if we could do those straps not so black, like dark brown, maybe darker than the rest of the browns, but just not black. You know what I mean? I like it though. His eyes, the eye that I view that's on the right hand side, which would be his left eye, it feels like it's, you know, he's kind of got like, you know, one of those eye issues where he's kind of cross-eyed or something. But I mean, like, you know, he might, you know, I mean, it gives you something to look at. I really like the highlights he did in the goggles, the glass. That looks really great. Love the detail. Skin tones look really, really fantastic. Like his face, like, I don't know if it is the pictures. Let me go back to the other one here. Yeah, his face, I think maybe should be a bit lighter. And then more, like a little bit more of the reddier tones in his nose and in his cheeks and such, if that's supposed to be there. Like it looks like his nose should be a little bit ruddy, like he, you know, he looks like a hard-working kind of guy, and you know he doesn't enjoy the occasional drink. Weathering on the bronze and stuff like that, I like it. I like that he didn't go too far with it. If he's got rusting on his bronze, would the metals get rusted? Like that, where his elbow joint is? Would that get rusted? You know what I mean? Because it looks like the smokestack on his back is a bit rusty. Like, is it just the bronze that rusts? Or is the metals rust as well? On the backpack, it looks really great. Yeah, see, it looks like on the backpack, it looks like he got rust on the bolts and everything like that. I really like how he did the copper stack. Not the exhaust pipe, but the one beside it that has the cap on it, or might have a cap on it. I don't know. That looks really good. That looks actually pretty natural. Same with the tank on the side on the right. Looks like the old labels or something on it. Kind of worn off. The gauge looks like it's kind of messed. I think maybe like under the curvature under the gauge, you know, like the top, that would be the top of the tank where the gauge sticks into. That lip, if you had like almost like streaks, like if something was like leaking, just a hint of it, very, very faint, you know, like that gauge wasn't always working properly. Really great flesh tones though. I do really enjoy the flesh tones. Yeah, I feel like the straps might be a little too dark. I don't know. I mean, you're not done, right? So, I mean, yeah. I think his pocket on his overalls, weathering on that pocket, a little bit of dirt, grease, you know what I mean? Like he uses it, you know? Like there would be grease build up there, or, you know what I mean? Like, or the impression of grease built up, but he's tried to wash it and then it's like worn away. So like, say like old grease. I'm sure if you looked at some actual mechanic kind of coveralls or any kind of steam fitters or anything like that, anybody who's done hard, you know, labor, you know, you look at their coveralls and I think you might get what I'm getting at there. Yeah, I like it though. I think his eye, like I said, like I don't know if I mean, can we zoom in without this thing freaking out on us? Okay. So I think with his eye, crap, did I not do this right again? I got so into the miniature that okay, so his eye. I think there should be a little bit deeper color at the top of his eye. A little bit deeper blue. Kind of like, you know, how we do the gemstones, kind of like how you did like on the goggles, right? Not so much like that, but you know what I mean? Just a little bit deeper blue up on the top point, just to illustrate, like really kind of where your the white highlight is catching on his irises. Just a bit deeper blue there, a bit deeper blue, and it even sometimes when you get these big eyes like this, also too a tiny little dot highlight right in the black of the iris, right in that middle focal point of the eye, the pupil. Is that what that is? The pupil. A tiny little dot on that space, because you know that eyeball is not a perfect sphere, right? It's actually a sphere with a little dome on it where your iris sits, right? And so, or your iris or your pupil? I'm getting my anatomies mixed up. Anywho, I think you know what I'm talking about. If you put another tiny, tiny, tiny dot there, in the same direction as that highlight is on the rest of the iris, right? I think that would be really cool. The cigar, I think. You should go a little bit kind of spots of yellow close to the where the brown, the tobacco is, and then I think a little bit of black speckling at the very end, with just like little gray highlights here and there on those black areas, just to represent the ash, because it feels like it's just kind of, it almost looks like there's a hot dog in his mouth, right? Now I realize that you're not done this, and you're still working on it, and so I think those might be some interesting points to try come across, you know, when you're looking at cigars and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I'd like to see the face, because like I'm looking at like his arms and his body, and his face doesn't seem like the right tone, and it seems like, you know, like he's red in the face. Now that might be what you want to project, but I'm not sure. So, but yeah, that's that. So thank you, Darkmish, for sending that in. Awesome work. I really enjoyed it. You know, if you're entering these or you're getting these prepared for competition or whatever, man, you're easily gonna place, man, because they're really fantastic work you've been doing. Making me almost wish I could, you know, dedicate more time to my painting. Oh, if you do zoom into there is streaks. Okay, well, if there's streaks there, then yeah, I'm just not seeing it. Then that's fine. Ben Ellis, nice backpack. You got some bimetallic corrosion going on there. Looks ace, yeah. Sorry, I'm just going back to some of the comments here, so I'm just saying. Yeah, okay, we're still talking about that stuff. Yeah. I'm moving on from that stuff. I'm moving on. Getting emails done now. Okay. So, yeah, so Dark Commission, yeah, thanks, and nice monkey comments. Yes. No, it's really fantastic. I love where it's at. You know, like if you stop right now, I mean, it looks really good. Those are just some kind of minor nitpicky kind of things. I mean, like if you were looking to like push that level of detail, really kind of bring that character, you know what I mean? So like everything about him is telling the story. I think those are some of the things that you might want to consider. If you do them or not, that's entirely up to you, bud. But you know, yeah. Darker Mission, the photos don't show half the work. Skin very impressive in real. I believe you. I mean, you got some really fantastic looks there. Yeah, I mean, like the face looks darker, but that might be because there's a shadow from the hat. I don't know, but yeah. Jabba's left nut. Maybe he's red in the face because he's listening to the show and realized he's smoking and going to get cancer. Oh, man. Again, you guys are going to keep bumming me out with all this cancer talk, man. Rezia. I seem to randomly derail us. My bad. Not intentional. It's alright, man. That's the show, man. That's the show, right? It's kind of like a train wreck. We're all watching it. And everybody's like, oh, man, what's Kris going to do today? Oh, man. What a train wreck. Darker Mission. He's flushed from hot work. Right. Interesting. Sure. Yeah, because he's kind of like he's like pulling off his cap kind of thing, and he's like gonna wipe his brow. Yeah. I get it, man. I get it. It just like like immediately, because his eyes are so bright, that immediately I do want to go and to his eyes, but then I'm like always kind of drawn to that X on his chest kind of thing. Whereas I feel like I want to move more, like I feel like I don't want to move on to other details, and I feel like, you know, it's just, I think it's because it's just such a stark dark, and if he was a hard-working dude, you know what I mean, the colors of his clothing and stuff like that would be more worn. I guess is really what I'm looking at, right? His clothes would be more worn. His overalls would be dirty. His face actually should be dirty, right? Like even kind of like on the forehead and maybe on the side of his face kind of thing. Like he, you know, his hands were greasy, but he had to wipe the sweat from his brow kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just like all these kind of things. It's you know, it's drawing out the story of around that guy, right? It's not just about the paint job, but it's also the story, you know, the narrative of that model. And capturing that like a photograph, right? Yeah. Dark Commission. He looks like the mechanic who works inside my car engine. You have a mechanic inside your engine? I'm just teasing. Matthew Damick, do slugs have testes? I don't know. Do they? Do slugs have? Raziel, you remember seeing people being all grubby from working and their eyes and teeth stand straight out brightly? Seems like a thing. Yeah, like if he was a coal miner, right? Oftentimes that's where you saw those kind of pictures. Oftentimes it was the coal miners, and you saw pictures of them, and they're just like, and all you saw was the eyeballs, and yeah. Anywho, let's move on to another email, because we can, and we will. Where is it? There it is. Jeez Louise. This one is from our buddy and, you know, longtime viewer, David Patalia. He's showing us his feral Gorka Morka mob. Kris, it has been a long time since I flung poo at you, but you know, life gets in the way of one's higher fiber diet sometimes. Jeez. Enough about my colon. Yeah, thank you. On to something you are really interested in, which would be the start of my Gorka Morka mob. I'm going to be playing in a Gorka Morka campaign during October at Mini Wargaming, and rather than rehash my previous orcs, I got the bug to build and paint some new models. There are the first models I've painted in nearly 2 years. Sorry, got a hot blonde girlfriend, now fiance, congratulations, and, well, other things were happening. I'll send the videos to you on private email. Wink. Huh? Wait, what? What? Wait. Wait, what's he signing me up for? Anyhow, I wanted to do something a bit different, as I want to do for Gorka Morka Mob. So rather than the usual method of looting ideas of the internet, I opted for a squig brain transplant and came up with the feral orc mob. These Gorkers are starting off with no DACA, which of course means that the cries for more DACA ring out. I've got nowhere to go but up. Yeah, when you're starting with nothing, yeah, when you are rock bottom, you can only go up, right? I purchased a Savage Orc box set, Beginner Age of Sigmar Orc box set. I built up my Savage Orcs and opted for 2 clubs chappas per boy, primed in black, opened my paint box and found most of my paints were now bricks, despite the bottles being properly closed, GW closures. Worse, when I went to my local hobby store, all the names of the paints had changed. What's a mech to do? Anyhow, thank you for all the people who bothered to put a paint conversion chart out there, so I find that Narlock Green is equal to Lauren Green. Lauren Green. Saddle up. Oh. And Little Joe. I know only old cats like us are going to get that joke. Base coated in orc hide, green ink wash, black ink wash, followed by Lauren Green, and then layered in Lauren Green that was progressively lightened with P3 Cygnus Yellow, cape and beat down sticks based in Deadly Nightshade. Yes, I have 20-year-old old paints that are still very usable. Thank you very much. Followed by black ink wash lightened with Deadly Nightshade that was progressively lightened with Hawk Turquoise. I tried the new GW paints with sand in it. Not a big fan of it. Would not recommend it. It was fun trying to paint again. My poor brushes are a total mess, as are most of my paints. But as Bob Ross says, hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Did he say that? I should say, I thought I said that. Anyway, see you in October 15th, Cody Rue, a.k.a. David Battaglia. So let's have a look at his feral Gokamorka feral orcs. These are impressive. Wrong one. There we go. So here's his orcs. Very, very cool. Can I move that? No, I can't move that. Very nice. It's good to see that you're painting again. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. You know what? I kind of feel like I should have to scroll out a bit. Can I scroll out a bit? Can I scroll out a bit? Oh, I can't move this window. Damn it. Oh, okay. Here we go. So we'll go over this side. See the orcs on this side? I love the blue of the two little orc club things that he's holding there. Here's his shaman for shamaning. Shamalabala. Very, very nice. I like the skin tone. I love the blue. Of course, it's very consistent with how often he like the rest of his orcs, because Cody Rue, you have to go back quite a few episodes to see Cody Rue's orcs. He was, damn, what was he working on last time? It was a big conversion. It was like a big battle wagon. Damn, I can't remember, Cody. You're gonna have to resend some links of some of your old classics, or if you got them up in a gallery, you're gonna have to point us in the direction for anybody, any of the orc fans out there who are dying for some inspiration. But I love the blue. I like the blue. It all contrasts very nicely. It's consistent with how you like to do things, and it's good. It's good to see you back in the saddle, as it were, to continue on with the metaphor, the Western metaphor. Anyway, thank you, David. Awesome stuff. Oops, skipped an email. There we go. What time we at here? Holy crap! We better get serious about getting some of these emails done. Ben Ellis, love the random square bases. I don't have OCD, but many will, so it makes me happy inside. Yeah, just going back through some of these old comments here. Talking about slugs and having balls, like testicles, like really? So we're going to continue to press on, as it were. This is another email. Yeah, that's right. Way the Brush Critique. Hey, Christopher Quirk, before it's your boy, Eldaro Ferrero. Critique me. Much thanks, my Cedar M. So, it's a nice Photoshop job. It's just all kinds of disturbing. Anywho, here's a Tau Fire Warrior for us to admire. And it's very, very nice. I like it. Like the weathering. Like the very mild weathering on the white. Very, very cool. Like the minuscule highlights on the red. Little highlights in the effects on the lenses. It's a nice clean paint job. Paint's where it should be, kind of thing. At least, where it's established anyway. I like nice tight highlights on the gray too. If this is even your model, whoever sent me this email, you silly, silly person. Who sent me this email? Who sent it? Who sent it? But very, very nice. Thank you for the email. Despite the weird Photoshop job. I don't know why anybody would do that. Ben laughing. Why? Why would somebody do that? Why? Sir Peanut Butter. F. That's all he managed to type was F. Ben Ellis, LOL. Mad Hoser. Well, there goes any chance of me sleeping ever again. I don't blame you, Mad Hoser. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I saw that and I was like, oh my lord. Reziel, I like the small armor pitting too. Yeah, it's really nice. Matthew, new fanfic of Kris? Fanfic? Fanfic? What's a fanfic? Like a fanpic? Fanfic? I don't know. Anyway. Vasily, great mini. Aaron Seach, excuse me while I pour bleach in my eyes. I don't blame you, Aaron. I don't blame you. Not at all. Since that was... I'm disturbed. I'm disturbed. I know, I kind of feel like pouring bleach to my eyes now, too. Man, I got a bottle of bleach pretty close by. Ben Ellis, cool lens work on the Firewar. Yeah, it was really good. Nice tight highlights. It was nice. I was looking at the model, and I mean, like, the highlights were nice and tight on it. Yeah. Yeah. Dark Commission, nice weathering on the towel. Yeah. Twitch Granos, it was still better love story than Twilight. Grim, fanfic is fan fiction. Oh. Ugh. Bah. I hope nobody's writing about me with pictures like that. God damn. I don't know who wants that. Who wants that? Good grief, man. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what kind of crazy person out there that would do that. I don't... Like, even as a joke, I don't know if I could do that. Just, you know, no. Ben Ellis. Oh, wait, Aaron Siege. So much for any female viewers. Yeah, all the girls, they checked out. They checked out. They're like, oh my lord. I don't need to see that. Hell, in this day and age, man, I could probably get sued. Ben Ellis, oh, Warlord will be finished next week. Really? Because I'm just about to do your email. I'm going to show everybody. Because it looks pretty awesome. Like, honestly, Ben, I'm a little jelly. I'm a little jelly. Jabba's left nut. Kris only gets naked for Eldar. And that's it. Right? Somebody should have put that new, what the heck's the Waking Dead box? They should have superimposed that Waking Dead box instead of Dark Imperium. You know. Although you don't really need that big a box for me. You don't. For me, you'd only need a blister pack. Oh man. Ben Ellis, at least we couldn't see Chris's Wraithbone. Wrathbone or Wraithbone? My Wraithbone? Oh. Yeah. Ben Ellis, fully built Warlord pics in Discord though. Oh, you already posted in Discord? Okay, well if anybody wants to see it, it's already in Discord apparently. But I was just about to do your email just now. Matthew Dammy, Kris, if you want. If I want. Why? What if I want? I don't want. No. I want for nothing. Ben Ellis just needed the last bit of freehand and some more rust. Cool. Matthew, Pikachu. Pika. Pika. All right, let's do another email and set, because I've just been talking all about Ben's model. So headphones, here it comes. Email time. Email time. There we go. Oh, jingle's done. Here I am goofing around. All right. You know, email. Was it? No, yeah. I thought these all were linked together. No, they're separate. Right. Okay, so this is from Ben, his converted Redemptor Dreadnought. Hello, Monkey Lord and monkeys. Here is this week's offering. I have been playing with the use of black, but I still need a fair bit of practice. Also, the shin guards didn't go back too well when I tried to stick them back together after splicing parts together, but oh well. It was a bit of fun. Kind regards, Ben. So let's bask in Ben's ability to paint here. Let me switch to a better window, and there we go. I like the transitions on the coils. I like that nice little glow effect. I will assume that is dry brushed because you are a dry brushing fool, and yeah, it's a nice dry brushing. Really nice, really good. That is some really nice dry brushing, man. I mean, otherwise your dry brushing is really good. Don't get me wrong, but that's a nice bit of dry brushing there. I like the details. Really nice work, man. Nice transitions going on there. On that shoulder pad, like, that shoulder pad is like on the claw, it's really good. Don't get me wrong. But on that shoulder pad, how you got that transition with dry brushing and everything like that, that's some really good dry brushing. I know the picture's sideways, but I'm just studying the transition there. You got a nice clean edge there. Now, when you do that clean edge, are you edging that deliberately, or are you allowing the dry brush to give you that light little edge? Either way, it's really nice work. I like that. That's a really good transition there. Very, very nice. Damn pictures. I don't know why the frick they turned sideways on me. And like I zoomed in on the other picture when I was showing Dark Commission's piece, and like, you know, it was fine. Look at frickin' hell. Frickin' frick. Oh, frickin'. I want that meme of that little kid with the whole fricking thing. Frickin' frickin' frick. Very, very nice. Oh, man. This sideways turning thing, this is going to give me AIDS. That's what it is. AIDS. Frickin' cancer. And AIDS. I'm going to get cancer and AIDS. Yeah. That's really nice, Ben. All right, so really quickly here, we're going to jump over to another email of Ben. This is his work in progress. Here is some Primaris. Yeah, Primaris Marines. It's almost like a Legion of Damned scheme. Is it Legion of the Damned, or is this some other chapter you're doing, Ben? It's really cool. Really nice flames. I like them. Go along with your style very well. Now, to get your gradient on your shoulder pads in the flames, because it's fairly consistent, are you dry brushing that and then putting the black in? Is that what you're doing? I think that's what you're doing, aren't you? Yeah, you're putting the red down, and you're putting your orange and your yellow down, and you're building that gradient, and then you're coming in with the black, right? Am I interpreting that correctly? I think that's what you're doing. Very good. Very good. Me liking. Really, really nice work, man. Really, really nice. Awesome stuff. I'm just switching over camera, or I just want so I can see the chat here, so I can see what Ben was saying here. Edge with a different brush. Okay, two types. Oh, okay. I think we're talking about something else there. Oh, no, okay, Ben was, yeah, okay. Yeah, we're all cut with Ben's. Oh, it's okay. Team America, tough. Me, everyone has AIDS. Everything is dry brushed, and then black filled with, and then back filled with black. Okay, yeah. Okay. That's a smart way. That's a smart way to go about it. Especially if you're using a lot of dry brushing. Yeah. You know what? It's kind of funny. This is a completely different topic. Because I'm working with Janine now. Janine, you might be familiar with. She was doing the Tuesday videos, how-tos. She's a really fantastic artist. And we were talking about going forward with this whole painting academy, because she's contributing now, and she for some reason she was, because we were talking about, like, because one of the modules is going to be on weapons and dry brushing a weapon. But I told her, I said, you can dry brush everything. I said, it's not just about dry brushing weapons, but I mean, like, and she had trouble I guess, with the concept of dry brushing a weapon. And so I think I'm going to send her these pictures because, Ben, your dry brushing is really good. And, I mean, you're getting a lot done with dry brushing. And so I think I'm going to show her an example of your painting if, you know, just to show her that, like, what I mean, like, you know, a person can dry brush everything. Like, you know, everybody's always concerned about, you know, glazing and stuff like that. But I mean, like, just mastering dry brushing, I mean, is everything, you know. And because I just seen dry brush everything, just said that's my name, dry brush everything. But yeah. Oh, hi, Kris. Finally catching a stream live. KRIS. Not CH. I'm a KRIS kind of Kris. But yeah. Razio, are these Legion of Damned? Yeah. I think they are. Ben Ellis, everything can be dry brushed. However, it's time to move on though. Sure. Yes. And you know, when you feel like you've pretty much mastered it, yeah, it's time to move on to other techniques and move on to glazing, blending, wet blending, you know what I mean? Feathering, whatever, right? Whatever. You just start moving on. That's everybody's journey. You know? That's it. Oh yeah, so we're gonna get to the third email, which is from Ben, and this is an update on his warlord. Again, I am a little jelly. Hello, Monkey Lord and monkeys. The warlord is a week or two off now, but here is what I've been sent images of by Maja. It's not like Spanish where the J has a H sound. I don't know. Maja? Anyway, at Awakened Realms. And so here is the work in progress. And it's just about done. Look at this claw. Is that not scary? I like the little twinkling in it. Like the little kind of like almost like sparkles in, you know, like the claw energy kind of thing. I like that. It's a nice touch. These guys, they do some really fantastic work. Taking a year to get this guy done, right? A year. It's been about a year. Very, very cool. Legs. Now, are they going to fully assemble it before they ship it? Because they can't ship it assembled, right? They're going to ship it in pieces. But are they going to, like, you know, give you a full assembly and let you take your pictures? Or are you going to send pictures when you get it and then assemble it yourself? I don't know. But either way. Look at that big wolf head. Is that not the coolest? We saw previews of that, what, ages ago? Like 6 months ago. We saw previews of that. Was it the Quake Cannon or something like that? This one. Pretty cool. Very nice. Crap ton of work, obviously. My God, man. But thank you, Ben, for sharing that. Awesome stuff. Awesome, awesome. As a possum. And so, yeah. Back to the comments. Yeah, Ben, again, I am a little bit jelly. Having a big warlord, I mean, do I really want a warlord? Not really. But I like to paint a warlord. Sometimes I say yeah, sometimes I say no. Depends on kind of mood I'm in. I am kind of fickle, so. Rezio, wait, I saw Awakened Realms in there. Are they painting it? Yeah, they're painting it. They've been painting it for a year. Rezio. Every time Ben has updated us on us, it's been Awakened Realms, man. Dry brush everything. I used to teach painting in a GW store, and teaching kid to dry brush was really satisfying because it's easy, and it really looks like an advanced technique. Just great first advanced technique. Dry brushing is often seen as a noob technique, but there's a lot of nuance to dry brushing, and to dry brushing well, and like what I'm seeing from like Ben is very good dry brushing. And you know, yeah, I mean, it's short-sighted people who say, well, dry brushing has no place in the painting because it's a noob technique. Oh, I don't do dry brushing. It's a noob technique. That's short-sightedness, and you know, I don't have any time for that kind of BS. Anybody with that kind of short-sighted attitude is probably not an artist in my experience. artists tend to be very open-minded about everything. Anything and everything is a possibility. It's a possibility. It's possible. So, oh yeah, oh man, we're only 8 minutes left of the show. Mad Hoser, I love dry brushing. I know you do, Mad. I know you do. You're a dry brushing fool. Raziel, don't forget I have a long involuntary absence from the show. Okay. You'll be missed. Raziel, don't forget about the long involuntary, or what? No, Ben Ellis. Eldar have the biggest Titan, Kris. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Ramvi, Mini Wargamer Steve, are you here? Will there be a show? Oh, is Steve in here? I didn't see Steve. Where's Steve? Mad Hoser, technique is a technique. You do you and go with it. You do you and go with it. Yeah, exactly, man. Mountain Miniatures Gaming. There's Steve. I am here. Just got in. Well, there's Steve. Okay, so what time for one more email? And Steve, I did plug the thing in the beginning of the show, but I will plug it again just to remind everybody who does want to tune in to listen to the controversial subject that you're going to be talking about today. It's controversial. It's controversial. And so here is our last email, and this one is from our good buddy Eldari Lamborghini. This is a bust he's been working on. Apparently my Gmail virus scanners are temporarily unavailable, so if Eldari sent me a virus, I know where you live. Well, pretty close to where you live anyway. I'm sure I could just scope out some neighborhoods and I could find you. Anyway, enough of threatening Eldari. Here are a few pictures of my Athena bust I've been working on. CNC is always appreciated. Cheers, Zach, a.k.a. Eldari Lamborghini. And so I have been following Zach's work because he's been posting pretty regular updates. Let me move this a bit here so we'll get this better framed. So I have been following his work. I think he's been doing a fantastic job. The skin tone, I mean, I'm liking the skin tone. She has a very fair, light quality to her. It contrasts nicely with the bright blue. I almost wish that there was more blue in her eyeshadow, just to tie that together. Because I know you're putting in eyeshadow, and she's got lighter lips, and you know what I mean. Like her cheeks have a bit of a reddish quality to them. It's like she is kind of makeup. Really, I don't think really the purple should have been pushed quite as far. I think very little bit of blue. You know, just above her eyes, and then a slight fade upwards into a flesh tone closer to her eyebrows. I think, you know, just dialing that back a bit, I think would probably be better. Also, probably would bring out the blue in her eyes a bit more. She has that kind of come hither look in her eyes right now, which, I mean, you know, kind of awesome. Ooh, that's kind of scary. Going from that one picture to that picture is like, ah! That's kind of... It reminds me of that movie from way back when. It had Patrick Stewart, Lifeform. And like she's like possessed by this vampire demon thing, and yeah, she's talking to her eyes are all black, and she's, yeah. Anyway. Nice work on the hair. I like bringing out the texture like that. If we're gonna go for a bit more of a real, I like how you got a picture of your jeans and in your shot too, and it looks like you live about on what, the 4th floor, 5th floor. Like if we're going for a bit more of a zenithal type of look on the hair, I think pushing the highlights towards the top portion. You can see how like you got the dark strands like right from the top of her head, and you have that light and dark at play. The hair like that's kind of crowning around her head, leading towards her braid. I think it should be a little bit higher up on the larger gathering, the larger bundle, as it were. Kind of like how you did on the braid, but I think a little closer to the top portion of the braid. So it actually wouldn't be that bright. And also too, the way it kind of curves around underneath her body. I think, well, she's laying on the ground. Oh, she looks really disinterested in everything now. She's like, oh, for F's sakes. Yeah. Wait, did we already go in circles here? No, we didn't. Yeah, so here was the last one, right? Or this is the most current version of her. Yeah, I think I would push that purple back a bit. And personally, I probably would have went with a blue, just to tie in with her eyes and with her dress. I realize this is still work in progress. You still have a ways to go, but yeah. Now, correcting the highlighting like on the hair, you can always take a mid-tone color that was you used for like the base tone or like even a bit of the shadow tone, change it into a shade wash and do a slight glazing, picking out the under portions of her hair and bringing a bit of that brightness back into it. But yeah, so she looks awesome so far, dude. Anybody who else wants to keep up with Zach's painting, join us on Discord, because in our work in progress section, everybody's been posting their pieces, and you know, Disco Duke's been posting his diorama. Eldari's lately been posting the Athena? Helen? Is it Helen or Athena? I can't remember now. Anyway, posting those. We got 3 minutes left to the show, so I think I'm going to try and quickly bring us to a close. So, boys, thank you for the emails. Awesome stuff. And, yeah. So, following the show today, over on Mountain Miniatures Gaming, if he's not already told you guys in the chat, I have no idea. I don't have my chat up right now. Yeah. Matt Hoser, does Steve stream on Twitch only or on YouTube? I think Steve might be trying to do a simulcast to both. I don't know. I have not talked to him about it. I've just mentioned it to him. I don't know if he was going to go through with it. I think he might be just doing the YouTube thing or the Twitch thing. I have no idea. He's apparently somewhere around. So as I'm saying this, I know there's a delay, so I'm just going to wait for his comment to show up. Eric Fountain, I just jumped down the rabbit hole. I got an Age of Sigmar set today. Oh, cool. Heldari, Athena. Yeah, Athena. I knew that. I knew that. I was testing you. I was just testing. But yeah, really nice work, Zach. Really nice painting. I've been, of course, following your progress through it. I didn't bother mentioning anything because, well, just kind of get busy and, you know, just do stuff and anything like that. But yeah, so again, Steve's going to be going on right after this with a controversial subject. I think 1 or 2 things he was talking about in his live cast. So check him out. I'm probably going to stay tuned into him today. If you're brand new to this hobby, you want some help with your painting scheme, or you have some questions about painting itself, products, or you know, anything like that, you just have questions about this hobby, feel free to ask. There are no dumb questions. If you're attending live, you can ask them in here in the chat. Of course, if you're watching this after the fact, you can always send your questions to Kris@miniwargaming.com. It's in the description below, as well as links to wayofthebrush.com. That is the central hub of all this silliness. It has links to all the social medias, the Twitters, the Instagrams, and of course Discord. Discord has been really fantastic. Join us on Discord. We have a welcome section, so you know it's kind of like giving you a bit of a monkey hug, maybe a fist bump, a fist. We're gonna give you a fist. Anyway, so wayofthebrush.com, central hub of all this silliness, has all the links for the social media, and of course it has links for t-shirts. If you want to look like a connoisseur of all that is good and holy in this universe, get yourself a Way of the Brush t-shirt. They help the cause. And of course, if you have a picture of yourself in the Way of the Brush t-shirt, great, send it to me. I'll post it in the Monkey Shrine. And of course, if you get a Way of the Brush t-shirt on a Space Marine, I'm talking about the big Space Marines now, the big statues, right? Send me a picture of that. There'll be a prize for you. And because I'm just, you know, that's fun promotion stuff, right? And of course, I always have to say thank you to Carl, aka Guymere Alfer, aka Beer and Blood Bowl. Check out his channel for the jingles, for the email segment, as we all love, and of course, Ben House, Monkey Fist, real thing. Anyway, I know I'm getting caught up in all these. I'm seeing all these comments pop by, and I'm like, no, don't distract. I'm trying to do my ending spiel. And so, yeah, and of course, big thank you to my patrons. Without their support, a lot of these upgrades wouldn't be possible without them. And, you know, I just want to keep trying to make this show better and better and better. Make it the best thing possible. Make it the most informative. Make it again, kind of like the wayofthebrush.com is the central hub. I want Way of the Brush, the show itself, to be the hub of where we can freely learn and express and be safe. And, you know, of course, sometimes we get real heavy, but Either way, Discord. Join us on Discord. It gets really quite colorful in there. Ben Ellis, Way of the Brush. Marine hiding at work. Marine hiding. Are you hiding at work? Do you go off and hide watch this for 2 hours? I can't imagine, man. You're going to get fired. You're going to get fired. So, again, thank you for tuning in. So check out Steve. Mountain Miniatures Gaming. That's his channel. He made a comment, but it's Mountain Miniature Gaming or Mountain Miniature Gamings? Or Mountain Miniatures Gaming. It's Mountain Miniatures. It's Mini Wargamer Steve. You'll find the links. He posted in the comments, so just click his name and then follow his channel, because he's going might already be live right now. So go check him out. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you, and I will see you guys next week. Yeah, next week. I'll see you guys next week. Most likely. Maybe. Probably. Mountain Miniatures Gaming. There we go. Thank you, Grim. So go check him out. He's probably live right now. He's got stuff on his chest, man. He's got stuff on his chest.